Hello, hello, my lovely angels. This is your girl Sim, back with another episode of the Sim Squad. Hi! Today I have 5 new perfumes for you. I know, I'm doing a haul after a very long time, but I kind of like trying to save money. So I do have like 3 PR and I have 2 perfumes that I've bought. I have bought some other perfumes as well, but wait for it. Next episodes. But I thought let me start off with this one because I did get like some very good perfumes this time, and I can't wait to share them with you. So the first one is, you know what, I'm gonna put it back in its box because I want to give you guys a full experience because wow, it was a good experience. So the first one is Mystique Bouquet. This is by Afnan. Comes in this gorgeous, very gorgeous bottle with this matte thingy, and then when you open it, that's the bottle. Comes with this card thingy over here. It says Afnan, some, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like these cards are like just for the heck of it. And then when you take the bottle out, so yeah, I thought this, although the quality is not like that good, I think it's just fine. If all the boxes are like this quality, but then it's like an experience. So when you open it, you feel like... What intrigued me about this perfume was first of all the packaging. How beautiful is this? Okay. Apologize for the crustiness, fingerprints, But the experience of this bottle, it's heavy, easy to hold. I love how awesome it is, the way it's constructed. Makes you like want to grab it and wear it. So the first reason for me purchasing this was of course the packaging. It was very intriguing. Secondly, it was supposed to be a dupe for Valaya. Just for you guys, look what I got. I got the Perfumes de Marly. I haven't opened this because I wanted to like not spoil the whole... Oh wow, they've sent me a card to thank me to buy a discovery set. Which was very cheap, by the way. Plus, they sent me 2 samples of, one was Leighton and the other one is Ojan. And I ordered, because they give you 2 free samples, by the way. And then you have this is the Femme Discovery set. Maybe I should do a video for this as well. And then tells you the perfumes that come in it. Oh, thank God, I did not see if Valaya was there or not. And these are all, if I'm not mistaken, 1.5 ml. Yeah, they are 7 1.5 mls. There you go. So the first one over here is Valaya. I'm going to take that. I bought this specifically. This set is specifically for you guys because I was like, you know what? Many a times, Oriana, like there are hundreds of perfumes that are like supposed to be like Oriana, And then of course it has the Delinas as well. But unfortunately, I already have the set of Delina. So those 3 were kind of a waste. But I do have Meliora, Cassili and Oriana and the Valaya, of course. So... let me first start with not comparing it to Valaya. Let me first start with how this perfume smells like. This is not listed on Fragrantica just as yet because it is new. Right off the bat, fresh. It's like clean girl summer fresh. So fresh that like you're like, oh, you're like, little bit like don't smell it like this, because it's going to be like very astringent, very like, it's not alcoholic, but it's very like astringent kind of like. When you used to use those horrible toners on our face when we were young and we couldn't afford the good stuff. How your skin would feel like, your nose would feel like that when you smell this right like after you spray. But wait for it because I have smelled this. I've used it a lot. In the next video, I'll tell you when I used this a lot. It was in Bali on my trip. So I took it with me because I wanted to like wear it like a lot. This one had not come in at that time. So I wanted to do this video specifically for, testing it with you guys. So this is for $35 only, which is like not bad at all, right? Top notes are white peach. I have no idea what white peach is. Mandarin orange, bergamot and lychee. Middle notes of orange blossom, vetiver, mahonia and peony. And the base notes of ambroxan, musk, vanilla and oak moss. All I get from this. Yes, the bergamot, mandarin orange kind of, but it's like a very... like it's a citrus that you feel off yellow, like not very, like a very mild yellow to off-white to white, It smells like that. It smells like the flesh. It smells like that flesh of bergamot or lemon or lime, how you feel inside, you know. And if this perfume had an aura, it would be like that lime color aura. But at the same time, you get like that little bit of pencil shaving thing I tell you that I get from Galati, which was also supposed to be in the Dolce & Gabbana light blue, you know. You get that as well in the background. I think the culprit is vetiver, because every time I smell this pencil shaving thing, vetiver is definitely present in that perfume. So I smell like these very beautiful citruses which have this lime aura, but it goes away like really, really fast, which is why I'm telling you, don't smell it like that, because it's going to be too like overwhelming. And then the florals come in. Florals are stunning. Mostly you feel like these are light white florals. The peony is a floral that I usually do not appreciate, or I appreciate it in moderation. I do not like it to be overwhelmingly peony, which is why I would never pick up a perfume that has the name peony in it, you know. But this one smells more like a white floral combined with vetiver. Orange blossom, of course, come on, it's my favorite floral note along with jasmine. And then you have the base notes of ambroxan, musk, vanilla and oak moss. So like, yeah, you do get like this strong earthiness. So let's say you're opening of like fresh citrus, then you have your white florals, and then you have your vetiver, oak moss, like a very earthy, very woody kind of thing going on. So yeah, while this is like a fruity floral, I would call it like a fruity floral wood. It's very fruity, very fresh, very earthy, all at the same time. It's like weird. I can't explain it to you. It feels like light. It feels cold. What I feel is lacking in this perfume is the power. When you spray it on your clothes, it's going to disappear really fast. Now, I don't know if I'm getting anosmic, but then even when I stick my nose to my skin, like on the skin, it lasts longer. But when I stick my nose to the skin, I can barely smell it, you know. So I know I have been overspraying this, like I've already finished quite a bit of it. It ultimately becomes like a very nice, mild, woody floral with some earthy notes. And it just feels very clean. It smells fresh and clean, like almost like fresh laundry. Now, while this is a gorgeous fragrance, and by the way, I'm gonna rate this 8.5. I would have given it like maybe 9.5 if the lasting power was good. As a matter of fact, I'm being generous with 8.5. I should give it like 8, but I'm gonna give it 8.5 because I do enjoy this perfume a lot. I know I'm gonna wear it a lot. I know I'm gonna finish it, but will I buy it again? I'm not sure, just because it doesn't last too long. Now, I want to compare this to Valaya, but before that, let me tell you, this is unisex, either or, leaning a little bit feminine, okay? This is appropriate for summer, spring also, but like more during summer, during daytime, not in the evening. There's no Middle Easternness at all in it. The projection is like 1 to 2 feet only. Longevity, I would say like 4 hours at the max. Like if you overspray, maybe 5 hours. I was spraying like 10 to 15 sprays, I'm not joking. I was overspraying this. Yes, in the beginning I was like coughing and choking on it, but then you know what, to make it last, I needed it to be. Now maybe this is like, it's a brand new perfume, right? I just have it, like I just got it on in my collection. And the production date, it's Feb. So yeah, Feb of this year. So yeah, it needs to settle down, sit. So I'm gonna like use it, and I'm sure like I will not finish it this summer, but it'll definitely get macerated before the next summer starts. So I'll revisit this soon for you guys. And the celebrity I chose for this was Kaylee Spaney. Now let's compare this to Valaya. So Valaya is here. They are nearly identical, okay? Maybe if you just smell it in the air or on somebody, you would assume they're wearing Valaya. It's that close. Valaya is less sweet compared to the Mystique Bouquet. Mystique Bouquet just has a little bit more sweetness. Valaya almost smells like a detergent. Not detergent, okay, that sounded wrong. It smells a bit too clean, like it smells very, very clean. It has its own merits. I'm sure it lasts longer. I have not tried it, but I'm pretty sure it'll last longer since it's like Perfume de Marly. Oh my gosh, they're so similar. This one just has more floral sweetness, not like vanilla sweetness, the floral sweetness. Damn. Okay, so they are really, really close. So yeah, for sure, this is a dupe, a very close dupe. In the air, no one will know the difference for sure. So yeah, if you're looking for like a cheap dupe for Valaya, go for this one. It is like almost spot on. Next, let's do, okay, let me put this also back inside its box. Although it's like a little crusty with my fingertips and everything. It's Shaghaf Oud Elixir. Look at the box. See, the box is so nice. Now this is what I wanted from the opulence of Dubai. By the way, I don't know if I've posted that video yet or not, but like a box like this. This is also from Swiss Arabian, right? Then why is that premium perfume, which is so expensive, in a cardboard box, and this in this one? So that's how it opens. The bottle is almost identical. I mean, the shape and everything is identical to the OG, but this one is just a little bit more rose gold and a little less gold than the other one. Let me first tell you what this perfume smells like. First of all, I love it. I love it, love it, love it so much. It is sickeningly sweet, okay? Sweet to an extent that you might get diabetic smelling it. Like, sweet, right? It opens up like, think of a wine that's already sweet, and then you add a lot of sugar to it, mix it, you know, and drink it. You know, the smell and the feeling you'll get smells like that. That's the opening. Not kidding. It smells exactly like that. So the top notes for this are saffron, oud, and pink pepper. Middle notes of rose, praline, oud, and sage. Base notes of oud, vanilla, amber, and musk. Now, yes, that's sage. I was like, what? Sweet perfume with vanilla predominantly? What is sage doing there? But then I was like, you know what? Let's see how it goes. Now this is a gourmand oud, and you can definitely say, like, in the most basic sense, it's a vanillic oud with a lot of rose in it. On Fragrantica, it's got 4.57, so it's loved like crazy. It is retailing for $55, which is not bad for the quality of perfume you get. And it's supposed to smell like Shaghaf Oud and Noir de Noir. Now, while I don't have Noir de Noir, I do have the CDN Club de Nuit Intense, which is like a closed dupe. And this does smell like Shaghaf Oud OG mixed with CDN Intense. Mix it and you get this perfume. Yes, the saffron, oud, pink pepper, all of it, you can smell it. Saffron and pink pepper a little less. More of like a lot of rose with oud and a lot of sugar. The praline is, I think, what's giving it that thickness and that wine, sweet wine. I don't know what sweet wines are called. Is it sherry? I don't know. The sage is there. It's doing something and it's important. In this, it's kind of like cutting through all that sweetness, but it's not sagey. It's not, you don't feel like, you know, smudging sage. It's not like that, you know. It smells almost like an extract of the sage, right? But it's not irking or bothering at all. More so, it's the oud that's really strong, and the rose, which is like incredibly strong. It's like rose jam. Boil the rose petals, like red rose petals, in a lot of sugar, and that's the smell you get. So initially, like for the first few seconds, you feel like that sweet wine kind of smell. Then it feels like it starts going into rose jamminess with like some amount of saffron in it. And then the oud like gently starts revealing itself. And that's where the magic happens. Because the oud over here is a very cold oud. It's not animalic at all. You will not feel this is barnyardy or weird at all. It is actually a very beautiful kind of oud, and I feel like this is again like a modern oud. Now people might disagree with me just because it's in the combination, it's with the combination of rose and saffron, which gives it that traditional feeling, but this is definitely not a barnyardy oud. If anybody tells me this is a barnyardy oud, I'm just going to be like, Simin, you don't know what you're talking about, you know. The sage is not stealing the thunder at all in this. I was a little worried when I read the notes, and before I purchased it, of course I read the notes, compared it, I was like, oh, how is this going to be? And I was really looking forward to buying this. Sage is there, perfectly there, existing, but not overpowering. The base notes of amber, musk, and vanilla translate to this sweet, warm, balsamic note. And then it's like being hugged by ouds. And it becomes funny. It's funny because the perfume starts off like really cold, and it's very rare. And I like it when perfumes, like, I know this is not a linear perfume at all. In the beginning, it starts off like very cold. It's like cold to, like, you literally feel like, you know, the shivers. And then when the base notes start revealing themselves, it's like a warm hug. So it's like the cold and hot start like meeting, and it's so intriguing. And I know this perfume is not going to be for everybody. It's very Middle Eastern leaning. It is very out there. Okay, this is like an attention grabber. It is not for like the weak-hearted. It's quite potent. So I'm sure this is not a blind buy. So don't go and like take my word for it and just go buy it. This is a 10 out of 10 for me, by the way. Like, this finishes repurchasing it. Amazing. But I will insist that this is not a blind purchase. I also feel it's a little bit naughty. Like, you know, like it's a very seductive, very attractive kind of perfume. This is definitely going to be very attractive to men. And the person that came in my mind was like Salma Hayek, but like the naughty Salma Hayek when she was young and everything. You know how she was like powerful, but at the same time very sexy, sultry, and naughty. Now, for the differences between the OG and this, first of all, the bottles, you can clearly see the difference. Actually, let me do that. This one is like more muted gold. This one is like gold. Please excuse the fingerprints because I can't avoid it. Yeah, but that's like the color. The bottles are exactly the same. Now let me respray my elixir here. OG is this side and the elixir is here. Okay. Now we already know how this one smells like, right? Oh my gosh. Now see, like for me, it's not redundant to buy both because it's the same DNA, but it's different. But I know for most people, if you have one, you don't need the other. Shaghaf Oud is more of saffron, oud and rose and just sticking to that. It is sweet, but not that sweet. This one has like that sage quality. It has a lot more sweetness. It has more of booziness as well. So that wine thing that I'm telling you, it literally gives me that boozy feeling. More ripe, more fermented, more kept in a wooden barrel for a long time and then revealed. And going towards the middle notes also, they're quite different. Look, honestly, if I was given a choice, see, mean you can only choose one, this one or this one, I will choose the elixir. Hands down, okay? This one has a certain freshness about it. This one is more traditional. OG is traditional. It's still very, very beautiful. I'm not saying it's a bad scent at all. It's one of my favorite perfumes ever. And that's another 10 out of 10 for me. I will definitely repurchase it. It's the OG perfume you need to have if you love Middle Eastern perfumes, right? But this one just has this weird magic about it. It almost smells secretive. Like it has like the secret ingredient. I think it's the sage. That's where the sage magic comes. It has this weirdness about it. And that's a twist that we needed in Shaghaf Oud, I guess. Because this one is like sweet in a very like linear way. But yeah, I guess like overall, I would say like to a person who doesn't collect perfumes, buying both of them is redundant. It doesn't make sense to buy either or. And if you want to choose if they're the same price in your country, go for the elixir. Now let's move towards 3 Khadlaj perfumes that came to me as PR. If you know Khadlaj, they keep sending me perfumes on and off, you know, whenever they release a new one, of course they send new perfumes to me. But this one is from one of their original collections. These are perfumes that Bushra's father, he put his heart and soul into these perfumes and he created these. These are one of their OG fragrances, and I think the packaging has changed because the earlier packaging, I remember it was not, the bottle was the same, the cap was different. Let's start off with Musk pour Narcis. That's the bottle. Can you see it? That's the cap. So I think the cap was different. It has like particles in it, like I don't know what the particles are. Looks like musk, okay? But kind of looks like a snow globe. You know, when I do that, they all like move around. I have become obsessed with this perfume because if you know me, I hate musk. Not hate it. There's certain kind of musks that I don't like. And one of the reasons why I like Khadlaj perfumes, their musk, it's like a signature musk. There's this very specific type of musk they use in their perfumes. There are 2 other brands that have like very like specific musks they use. One is Narcis Rodriguez, of course, the king of musk perfumes, right? And then there is also Micallef, M. Micallef. They also have like their signature musk. The same way Khadlaj has like a very different kind of musk they use. And this is like their signature. Now this again is like that squeaky clean musk, but not smelling like skin. It is not giving me that creepy vibe. It's not giving me lactonic. It's not giving me Moroccan bath, you know. Now this, it's like a weird combination of lavender, florals and musk. Although the notes will say otherwise. Let me tell you the notes because you're going to be like, what? This is, by the way, the original collection, so it smells like nothing else. Like I've not smelled anything that smells like this. Maybe there are like traditional musks perfumes. They were unnamed and unbranded. You know, you would get it in marketplaces and stuff in Dubai. Maybe I've smelled something like this, but not exactly in this composition. The musk is kind of like familiar to my nose. So I really wonder what this musk is, yeah? The top notes are bergamot and lavender. Bergamot is there very mildly, lavender more prominent. Middle notes of musk and green notes. I don't smell anything green in this at all. So I'm assuming the green notes are there to balance the sweetness of the musk. Maybe that's what's giving it like that freshness and cleanness instead of giving it that cloying musk skin-like feel, animalic feel. And the base notes of sandalwood, amber and oud. I don't smell oud at all. Like this smells, if the color white was a perfume, this would be it. I'm so brilliant. I'm so proud of myself. Yeah, if the color white was a perfume, this would be the perfume. It is Musk pour Narcis. This would be the color white. It smells like the color white. It smells literally like white linen. Like I would want my linen to smell like this all the time. I would want my white abayas to smell like this. So every time I'm wearing white, I would want to douse myself in this. I have been wearing this, like compared to the other ones. Can you see how much I've used? Yeah. So I already have like used this quite a bit. It's only for $35, which is insane because the quality of the musk in this, I can tell you, it is brilliant. Now, if I want to classify this, it would be like a woody musk. That's how I feel, because although there is florals in it, it's not really like, by the way, they've not listed any florals except for the lavender. I kind of like not even consider lavender to be a floral. It's more like an aromatic thing for me, right? And I think it is called an aromatic note. It's a shame that I don't know that, but you know what? Like I can smell the freshness of bergamot, not the citrusiness, the freshness of bergamot. So you don't feel like that cutting, crisp thing at all. The whole perfume is very smooth, flowing like a slow waterfall, or more like water trickling like down like a slope, you know. And the color white, the place is like surrounded by thick white clouds moving, you know, through the trickling water. That's the imagery I'm getting in my head. Don't wear too much of this. Like 3 sprays I think is more than sufficient if you're wearing it on your skin. On your clothes maybe 4 sprays, but stop. After that it's going to get cloying. But still, like I feel like even if I overspray this, I will not get clogged. But I know like there are going to be a few people who's going to find this a little like, you know, strong for their taste. For me, this is like perfect for daily wear, going to the office, sleeping in, comfort, meditating. Like there are a lot of like scenarios I can think of wearing this, you know. And summer, especially if I want to feel clean and fresh, I'm going to wear this. That's why I feel like, by the way, they've sent me 3 from this collection. This is my favorite, 10 out of 10. This is, again, a unisex fragrance. It can be worn by men and women. It'll adapt. If you know how musks work, it usually like changes from person to person, and it mixes with your skin chemistry and like completely gives off a different scent. There's no Middle Eastern vibe in this. Although, like to some people, they'll say, oh, this is so predominantly musk, so it has to smell like a Middle Eastern fragrance. It surprisingly does not. If you consider Narciso perfumes to be Middle Eastern, then you would think this is also Middle Eastern. That's not Middle Eastern, right? The projection is like 2 feet. And the longevity is like crazy. It goes up like 8 hours. On my skin, literally like next day, you'll still smell it on me. I kind of got obsessed with it. When I received it, I sprayed it immediately in the office. Tried all the other perfumes, and then this one I just kept spraying it on myself. Since then, every time I take a shower, come out, I've been wearing this. I love it. Maybe borderline obsessing over this, because I usually do not like musk fragrances. So when I like a musk, it is like, you know, like weird for me. And the celebrity I gave this to was Hunter Schafer. Perfect. Next we have is Oud Pour Klassik. So it is the same bottle. The color is slightly different. The musk was like, looks like there's just water in the bottle. This one is like slightly off-whitish. Now this one is an aquatic, floral, woody fragrance. Right off the bat, you would think masculine. Like it gives you like such strong masculine energy. Give it like 15 minutes, changes so much. While Musk Pour Narcis was feminine, unisex but leaning feminine, this one is like a proper unisex. This perfume, when I sprayed it, like initially I was like, whoa, this is like so like for Ali, it's not for me. But the more it calmed down, like it took like a good like 15 minutes for it to calm down. And then it reminded me, I don't know, because my latest trip to Bali, it reminded me of that. And I kept thinking, what was it in Bali that was reminding me of this? Because if you know Bali, it is very incensey. It's a very incensey place. There's incense burning everywhere. This doesn't smell like incense. So I was just thinking, and then I remembered I went to a spa and they had this water that was filled with geranium, and they put some citrus fruits in there, you know, and it was just there. And, you know, I was sitting next to it and I could smell that water mildly. It's giving me that. The musk in this is like super, super, super sweet. So yes, this one is like a much sweeter perfume than Musk Pour Narcis. You would think that would be sweet. No, this one is like so much sweeter. Let me tell you the notes for this. So top notes are bergamot and musk. So that's what you're getting in the opening. Middle notes are patchouli and geranium. So there is geranium in this. And like, not rose really, but the geranium kind of scent, you know, in water. That's why I feel it's like super aquatic. The bergamot is making, the kind of bergamot that's in it, it gives you that watery kind of feeling. And then you have in the base notes, oud and cedar wood. So it's woody base. The oud in this is very mild. It starts off very aquatic and earthy and almost feels like petrichor. Now, I had to like learn this word petrichor because it's a smell of soil after rain. You know how the earth smells after rain, and it's giving me that petrichor. It smells fresh, clean, but you know, almost borderline salty as well. Like, I don't know where the hell that saltiness is coming from, but I can smell like this salty quality in it. Something like how Olympia has that saltiness, it kind of that saltiness. I'm also detecting moss and vetiver, but it's not mentioned in this perfume. So like, it's not as simple as it is listed as. Like literally there are like 6 notes in it, but I don't think it's just the 6 notes. It's much more complicated than that. It's definitely much complicated than that. By the way, this changes a lot. Like from the beginning till the end, you'll be like, it's a completely different perfume. Literally, if I spray this now on a different strip and smell it like both side by side, it'll smell like 2 different perfumes. But there's this one quality of it that remains constant, that how earthy and airy it is at the same time. It almost feels like the stratosphere. You know, it's like, I don't want to say ozonic, but it literally feels like you're in the middle of earth and sky and, oh, well, that's air, isn't it? No, but, okay, I did not explain that very well. You know how it played out in my brain? It did not come out in words properly. Also, like, kind of gives me that aldehydic scent. The aldehyde, which is there in Chanel's Coco Mademoiselle. That aldehyde, that's what's the air. Okay, so that airy thing is the aldehyde. I would recommend this perfume to be more worn by men. For women, try it first. It's not for everybody. This is an easy reach, by the way. So for me, this is going to be an easy reach in summer, and I will wear this in summer. This is not only going to be for Ali, it's a unisex for me. But I would recommend this to my male followers. Go for it blindly because it's a pretty scent. Price point is excellent. I don't know like how much you're getting it for in your country. Over here it's for $35. It's definitely going to be the prettiest in summer. So this is like a summer wear for sure. I tried it on clothes. I tried it on skin. They smell very different on both. I prefer this on my skin. There's oud in this, but surprisingly, okay, let's just say the Middle Eastern vibe is like mid or mild. It's not even like, you know, the oud is not ouding too hard. My rating for this is 8.5 out of 10. And the celebrity I want to give this to would be, it's rainy, but it's like, it's strange. It has like this awkward, strange thing about it, which is what's attracting me to it. I would give this to Joaquin Phoenix. Like, yeah, he would smell like this. I would assume he smells of this and cigarettes. I don't even think he smokes, but that's how the imagery in my head is like he would smell like this perfume and cigarettes. Now, the last one from this collection was my least liked from this range. This is called Oud Pour Blueberry. Blueberry. And like the bottle is like so cute. They all are like identical, okay? I think they have 2 more in this collection or 1 more. I think they have 2 more in this collection, but those are, if I'm not mistaken, more masculine, which is why she has not sent it to me. Now this one spray is all you need. That's why I did not go nuts spraying this blotter. This is a fruity oud, or more like a berry oud, and it reminds me something from my childhood. This is khadlat's take on a traditional berry oud fragrances. So over here you have oud with everything, right? Oud with rose, oud with woods, oud with like citrus, then you have oud with berries and oud with fruits. This is oud with berries. This is, let's just call it khadlat's version of it. Now, if you stick your nose to this perfume, so this is the part where I get a little confused with this perfume. If I stick my nose to it, I do not like it. There's something there that bothers me, like if I put my nose to it. But if I smell it in the air, it is one of the most stunning perfumes I've laid my nose on. Let me tell you the notes. The top notes are bergamot, raspberry and jasmine. Middle notes of vanilla and freesia, and the base notes of sandalwood, amber and oud. Now you can definitely smell the raspberry with bergamot, with lots of vanilla, with a lot of sweetness like sugar or something. Like there's a lot of sweetness and like added sweetness. Like I know all these notes already they are sweet, but this has like added sugar or something. And then you have your base notes also, which are like kind of sweet because it has sandalwood and amber, which also relate to as sweetness. And then you have your oud, which is also a cold oud but prominent. I also feel there's some amount of saffron in this because it is a very, very, very cold perfume. Almost smells like a drink, a summer drink with a lot of ice in it. This is a cold raspberry oud bomb, like bomb. It's so strong. Don't say I didn't warn you. If you're trying this perfume, even when you're testing it, I spray it on your skin or on a blotter, but don't immediately put it to your nose. Try to smell it in the air like this, or how I am smelling it right now like this, you know. It's a beautiful fragrance. It's very, very, very traditional. So this is heavily leaning Middle Eastern. So if you're not too fond of very traditional perfumes, because this is definitely a very traditional oud, you will not like it. If you're like me, who likes different variations of oud, for me, this one mixed with maybe like a tobacco scent, it's going to be like, maybe I'm going to try and mix this with Oud Klassik. I should have finished the review before I did that, didn't I? Let it like rest a little bit. I don't know what more I can say about this perfume. It's just a very sweet raspberry with like a lot of vanilla and oud. There are florals there, but they all mix into like this, a floral note that you can't really recognize where the jasmine is, where the freesia is. You can't make out. It's all like there as a floral note. But yeah, okay. If you mix the Oud Klassik, you know what? When I get these perfumes, I don't know why I don't do these testing and trying. It's only when I'm on screen with you guys that I think of all these things. Because I think of like, what if you bought this perfume? And what if you had the other perfume as well? Would it work, you know? So yeah, I would say like 3 sprays of this and 1 spray of that will change like the composition of this one and change the composition of the other one completely. It's like it doesn't even smell like it's related to those 2 perfumes. This smells like a completely different perfume, and now I can put my nose to it, you know. This is definitely leaning feminine, although it's classified as a unisex fragrance. I think this is like, please men, do not wear this. It's too sweet, too like a girly girl kind of scent, you know. The projection for this one is like 4 to 5 feet. It's like traveling like super fast, and 1 spray. I literally put 1 spray of this perfume. The longevity is like 24 hours. I think if you don't wash it off, it's not gonna come off. My rating for this is 7 out of 10, just because I feel it's a great perfume. I just need to mix it with something. I will definitely be using this perfume. The celebrity that came to my mind was Lady Gaga. I have no idea why, but while I was smelling it, I was like, Lady Gaga, you know? It's strange, it's weird, it has a personality, which is very different. It's quirky, it's strange, but at the same time, when you know how Lady Gaga is, she's like art. You know, you need to appreciate her, you know, look at her and appreciate. Same goes with this perfume. It is not like a simple perfume, but I know this is going to be like very like either or. People are either going to love it or they're not going to like it at all. In my opinion, it's a 7 out of 10. So I'm done with the new purchases and the PR. Thank you Khadlaj again. Oh my gosh, you guys have been like pampering me. You guys like spoil me with like so many perfumes that I actually have an entire section now in my collection for Khadlaj perfumes, and I can finally make a tier for them and I can rate all these perfumes. I don't know, because like most of their perfumes are some like perfumes I like, so I don't know how that tier system is going to work, but I'll try my best. One thing you don't have to worry about, I'll be honest, okay? If I don't like a perfume, I'll tell you I don't like a perfume. So that's it for today, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!